Facebook. How are you all? I hope you're all well. I hope you're having an amazing week. It is Wealth Wednesday. We paid it forward today. Even in lockdown, we still paid forward. How are you all? I hope you're all well. This is part 3 of my series, Mindset Marketing equals momentum, which means more money. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Elsa Morgan. I'm a wife, I'm a mum, and I also have a global home business that spans multiple countries. Currently in month 3 in my new organization. We're absolutely having so much fun. Plus, I am a network marketing coach with the Higdon group. I coach the inner circle, coaching them to 6-figure mindsets. So I love what I do. I'm on this journey of growth, and I just love helping people step into their power so they can create the life that they've always wanted. So as you're hopping on, say hello. Don't be a stranger. Don't be a stalker. I don't bite. Roop, roop. I don't even know what that was. You can see I'm a little bit cray-cray. It's been a great night, and I just wanted to hop on here. Will, how are you, my friend? How are you? God, I haven't seen you in ages. I hope you're well and looking after yourself. Now, tonight is part 3, and feel free to share this because I'm on a mission to level up the network marketing profession. I'm here to give back. And I want to share with you some of the tips, tricks, hacks that have impacted my life, but also just with a view to help everybody win. I want to help everybody. And I think in this day and age, especially with how half of the world is in lockdown of some sort, I think it's really important that we all collaborate and help each other to win. I think just before I start talking, hey, Cherie, how are you? Look forward to having a chat with you tomorrow. Just before I start talking to you about the spotlight effect of my life hacks, I just wanted to say to you, now is the time that you can buckle down. If you've got some extra time on your hands, if you're in stage 4 lockdown like me, I'm in stage 4 lockdown here in Victoria, Australia, you've got some extra time on your hands. Now is the time that you totally personal develop up, you skill up, because you're totally going to be better off when we're back to some sort of normal, whatever that looks like. I don't even know what that's going to look like. I think it's really important for you to embrace and not get stuck in the whole media negativity. I've been saying that for so long. Don't get stuck in the media negativity because you can't change it. No matter what you think, you cannot change it, right? The media is there to always promote negativity because that is what draws attention, is that, the ahas and all of that, right? You've got to understand that is how the media works, right? So now is the time that you buckle down, skill up, learn something new, do something that you've always been putting off and you've been meaning to do. Now is the time that you do it. So let's talk about it, the spotlight effect, why you need to know what the spotlight effect is. Drop me some fire emojis or even a hand up emoji if you ever feel like you've always wanted to do something, like you have something in mind and you go, nah, I'm not going to do it. But I really want to do it. But then you go, nah, but I'm probably not going to be good at it, right? And then you go, oh, but geez, I've always wanted to. And then you go, nah, screw it, I'm not going to do it. Drop me some fire emojis if this is you. Like even if you could be in a meeting, for example, or you could be watching this live and you really want to comment, and then you go, no, my comment's going to sound silly, right? We've all done it. Right? We're in a meeting, someone says something and you want to contribute, you want to raise up your hand and you go, maybe not. I really want to, but I won't. I'm sure that there's many of you out there that feel the same way, and that is something that everybody does, but very few people actually talk about the importance of why this is such an incredible human behavior that totally impacts, right, our life, right? And that is called hesitation, right? So many people, in fact, everybody hesitates at one point in time in their life. You could be doing it on a daily basis. Cherie, thank you for being honest and raising your hand, right? So many people do that, hesitate. They hesitate. They want to do something. They want to take that leap. They want to step forward. Hello, Elizabeth. Thank you for hopping on. They want to take on that new project. They want to apply for that role. They want to go overseas by themselves or travel in a group. They want to skydive. God knows I've always wanted to skydive, right? But at some point in time, you stop and you think about it and you hesitate, right? You just go, oh, no, maybe not, right? And this is such an important thing to understand, the whole notion behind hesitation. Hesitation is the biggest impact, and no one really talks about it, but it is well known. Like if you were to talk to high-performing coaches, they will tell you that hesitation is such a big breaker of dreams. It's a breaker of people actually stepping into their growth and living freely, like really living freely. So many people, they want to do things, but it's that split second when they start hesitating and thinking about it that they step back and retreat and fail to step into their greatness or live to their fullest potential or reach their full potential because, Danny Hunt, how are you? Thank you for hopping on, right? Because they hesitate. And this is so important for you to understand. It's called the spotlight effect. And what does that mean? The spotlight effect is the whole psychology around your brain, because we are wired to actually live in our comfortable zone. Nanuka, girlfriend, how are you, babe? Good to see you on here. So the brain is wired to protect you. It will always protect you, right? It will always make sure that you are never in feeling any sort of anxiety or feeling any sort of fear or anything like that. So the minute that you hesitate, the brain automatically senses that and says, hang on a minute, Denny Hunt wasn't feeling nervous when she was pulling on a jumper, but yet she's now feeling nervous about making this decision. Why is she nervous? Why is she suddenly feeling a little bit like anxious? So what it'll do is it will actually program you to step back and just go, nah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to answer that, nah, right? So that's called the spotlight effect, where it's the whole phenomena where your brain magnifies risk. It actually, Laura, how are you? Welcome aboard. It actually magnifies the risk. So it actually makes out that the risk is so big that it actually scares you, and your brain sort of like goes, doo-doo, she's feeling a little bit nervous, I'm going to pull her back in. Because again, we are wired as human beings just to float and be happy in our comfortable zone, right? We are happy in our comfortable zone. But the minute that we get uncomfortable, the brain will automatically make you retreat. So hesitation is the killer of progress. Hesitation is what holds so many people back. So you need to understand this, especially if you're building a home business or any sort of business, or you're on a weight loss journey, or you could be saving some money, or you could be embarking on a new project that you've never done before. You could have just enlisted in a new course. You could have, decided to start a new language, or you could be putting yourself on an online dating, and going out on a date with someone. All of this sort of stuff is all relevant because all of us will hesitate. We will hesitate. And so many people will use that moment of hesitation to totally change their lives. Like you could be in a heated argument with someone, for example, probably not even heated, but you could be having a disagreement. And in that split second, your disagreement could either escalate or you could actually empower yourself to control your emotions and come out with an amicable solution, right? But totally understand that hesitation, when you hesitate and you want to step into your power, that is the moment where your brain will automatically take control and pull you back. So you need to understand the spotlight effect. If you don't understand that, then you will never ever understand those moments in times where you're second guessing yourself, where you're overthinking and you're thinking, hey, maybe I can't do this, or maybe I can't do this project. It's not that you can't. It's that your brain is protecting you from potentially feeling anything other than being comfortable, right? And the reason why I talk about this is because I'm a massive fan of Mel Robbins, right? And when I heard her speak about it in Impact Theory, it totally makes sense. I've had so many opportunities to excel in life, to do really well, but it's that split moment in hesitation that I've had that has stopped me from actually stepping into my power and fully grow into my potential. And you need to understand that this is relevant for everybody, right? We're never going to be wanting to be motivated to be uncomfortable. It's never ever going to be a situation where you want to jump and actually prospect every day. No one wants to prospect. Nobody wants to get uncomfortable. Nobody wants to go to the gym and, and sweat for 1 hour every single day. Nobody wants to make sacrifices in their financial spending. Like it's something that makes us feel uncomfortable, right? Nobody wants to make those changes because it makes us feel uncomfortable. We're never ever going to be motivated. Hey B, how you going? Right? We're never ever going to be motivated. So you need to understand that, we need to understand that you can't get motivated, right? You just have to do. You just have to take action. When a situation presents, you just have to do it because you're never going to get motivated and you're never going to be motivated. You just have to do what is absolutely necessary. And so I need you to understand that so many people, including yourselves, will be in situations where you need to make a decision. You will need to decide whether you want to continue moving forward, whether you want to embark on a new project, whether you want to start a new language, whether you want to date this person, whether you want to go on a date, whether you want to travel overseas by yourself. You're gonna be presented with so many opportunities in life, but your brain will protect you because of that moment in hesitation. And when that happens, what will happen is you'll step back. But if you keep feeding that, if you keep doing that, if you keep stepping back, hello Diane Bordello, I miss you. You're never going to live to your fullest potential. So you need to understand that, right? So knowing that, it is really important that you start implementing hacks to be able to overcome those moments. You need to understand that you need to constantly feed your brain good stuff, right? Because your brain's always going to want to protect you. Your brain's always going to want to make you feel comfortable because that is the way we're wired, right? And so in order for you to excel, in order for you to reach your goals, build your business, achieve that weight loss, save that money, travel overseas by yourself, learn that new language, meet new people, all of that sort of stuff requires a level of uncomfortableness. And in order for you to do that, you just need to adopt strategies, hacks, anything like that that's going to keep you engaged in feeling uncomfortable. You need to fall in love with being uncomfortable because you'll never ever achieve your fullest potential unless you are uncomfortable. You just have to accept that, right? Okay, so let me tell you about 3 that you can easily adopt today to be able to help you remain sticky in your journey, because this is really important, right? I want you to start using the word yet, because so many people speak everything into reality. I know I do. It's sometimes really scary what I say, actually, sometimes even instantly, right? It's funny, but it's true. And so if you are not yet where you want to be, you need to say that you are not yet where you want to be. Not say, hey, I haven't done it, or I'm not going to, or I haven't achieved this. You always need to say yet, because you're leaving yourself the opportunity to keep going. And it's also a programming technique. You're telling your brain that you're not stopping because you're not there yet. You're telling your brain, hey, I'm going. Like, this word yet has so much power. It is 3 letters, but it is an avenue for endless possibility. So you need to understand that you start embracing that word yet, and that gives you the door open for you to keep going and not stop. You're telling your brain, hey, I'm not there yet, but I will be, right? So that word yet is something that you need to embrace. So many people, I mean, my friend Diane, she's a coach, she will tell you, people talk and speak things into reality. They will speak their failures into reality because they don't understand that words hold power. They hold meaning and they hold energy. Like they hold a lot of energy. And if you don't understand that, you need to start researching that. If you're someone that is constantly speaking about your journey and then you're wondering why you aren't where you are wanting to be yet, then maybe you need to start checking the way you're speaking to yourself, about your journey. All of these sorts of things play into your results, right? So I need you to embrace the word yet, right? That could be even $1 million change just there, because everything that you say will come into reality. You don't understand that? If you don't understand that, you must. You have to. So, the word yet could be an instant, well, not instant, but it will be $1 million change for many of you. If you just embrace that word yet, you will not hold yourself back. Okay? Number 2, right? You need to understand and embrace that growth is far more important than speed. I mean, yes, success loves speed. We all understand that this is true. It's sexy. Everybody loves, speed. Everybody wants to see people racing to the top. It's exciting. And we go, yeah, I want to be on that train too. What I have found in my time, people that flip to the top, right? I mean, there's 2 sides and I'll talk about both. People that race to the top but don't grow easily fall back down, right? They easily fall back down because they haven't achieved the growth to sustain it over a long period of time. This is fact. It's called the leadership gap, right? The leadership gap is where people achieve a level of leadership and yet they will reach it, but they can't sustain it because they don't have the depth, either in their organization, either internally themselves, personally developed, right? Why do you find, there's a psychology behind it, I don't know what it's called, but why do you find that people that win lotteries, they win first prize in lotteries, right? There's like a crazy amount of money, crazy, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars, and yet they'll lose it overnight because they're not developed, right? So growth is so much more important than speed, because you can instantly win cash tomorrow, but I can rest assured, if you were looking at the statistics around people that win lottery, for example, instant wealth overnight, most lose it within the next 5 years. They just don't know how to manage it because they haven't grown to that level. They're not personally developed to that level, right? Same goes with building a business, right? Very much so. If you haven't grown to the leadership level that you've reached, like as a leader, you will not sustain it over time, right? So that's why it's so important. I would rather go slow than be fast and lose it. There's lessons in both. I would prefer to learn as I go, right? Many want to go to the top and then drop down and then go again. We all go through that, the up, down, right? But I don't want people to feel that just because you're not going fast, you're never going to be successful. No. You can be successful going slow, right? Equally as successful going slow, because you're growing at the rate that you want to grow or that you're capable of growing. That's okay, right? So just understand that growth is far more important than speed. Don't get sucked in with this whole notion that you must be fast in building a business or in having success to be seen as successful. Many of the success stories that you see right now on social media, they have taken 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Far too many people have this desire to be instantly at a leadership level or achieve an income level or status or anything like that because of this whole, social media thing. They want to be seen. But let me tell you, the people that really are winning, they don't want to be seen. They don't need the success because you're capable. You just know that you're doing what you need to do to achieve your vision. I think when you get to a certain point where you don't necessarily have to have the success, the publicity to know that you're successful, that you know that you can do what you need to do and you want to do. So I just want you to believe in the fact that growth totally trumps speed, right? Take on the growth, take on the learnings, get uncomfortable, right? Love being uncomfortable. It's going to hurt. It's going to be frustrating. You're going to want to bang your head on the wall. You're going to want to quit. That's all part of the journey, right? So you just need to embrace that. And number 3, which kind of blends in with what I was just talking about, stop seeking approval. This was a big one for me because up until last year in July, this was what was holding me back, is this whole desire to have acceptance, right? To be liked, to be loved, to be, given the publicity, to be given the recognition. I had this intense desire to be seen. And I think once you actually believe in yourself 100% and you totally understand that you are fully capable, regardless of who sees you and who doesn't, that self-sabotage, that it's just not necessary, because that's what was happening to me. I was self-sabotaging every time that I would get to a certain level, and I felt like I was working, and then I was seeing everyone around me succeeding and I wasn't achieving the success. I would have this intense desire to be seen, to want to, be recognized, right? And then what I would do is I would quit. Or I would change companies, or I would change jobs, or I would change friends, because I had this intense desire just to be accepted or to be liked. And if I wasn't getting the recognition that I wanted to get, or the acceptance that I felt that I was worthy of, then people would get cut off, right? And so you need to understand that once you stop desiring or needing approval from everybody else, you are free. Like, you just run and you just don't care. You don't need to have that approval. You don't need to have that recognition. And that's something that if you suffer from this right now, you need to desperately work on this, especially if you've got a home business, because let me tell you, you're going to get haters. Like, in the last, week, I've had a ton, right? You're going to get haters, and that could either hold you back or that could propel you, right? That will close doors on toxic friendships or things that no longer serve you, and that will open doors to new energy that will propel you as well. But more importantly, that would also help you to remain laser focused on what you need to do to succeed. Because if you're totally, constantly focused on wanting to be accepted, you're going to miss out on so much opportunity from people that are raising their hand or waiting for you to help them, because you're just focusing on you and your needs and your desires to be met, versus being that servant leader and actually flipping that camera and focusing and having that focus on everyone else. So you're serving everyone else rather than you having that focus internally on you and having to want to have that spotlight on you all the time, right? As you're going to the top, that need no longer stands there. Like, you don't need it, right? As a servant leader, you just want to serve everyone else before your own needs are met. It's just something that at some point in time it crosses over, right? And so guys, I hope this has helped you. I really love talking about this. I can talk about this forever and ever and ever, right? But I'm really hoping that you're enjoying the Mindset, Marketing and Momentum series. Tomorrow will be part 4. And of course, If you do want to talk to me offline about how I can help you, I do exclusive coaching with the Inner Circle with the Higdon group. So if you do want the link to actually inquire about it, feel free to send me a message and I can send you the link. But you will catch me tomorrow, guys. I hope you have a great day if you're on the other side of the world. Good evening if you're here in Australia. Take care. Bye.